Now, at some point, you guys end up at the BET Awards in 2012.
Right.
Can you kind of take me through that whole night and situation?
As I remember it vividly, we was there for. How about this? I do you one better. I remember being in the G Unit office, right? And the show CD came over for the BET Awards. And that's when they asked Fifth if he would do it. You know, rest in peace to Chris Lighty. They had set up a tribute for Chris Lighty. And I think people in the office at the time were a little nervous about if Fifth would do it because of who were on, like the lineup of the actual, the thing with Chris Lighty.
Fat Joe, right?
Yeah,
Fat Joe was part of it.
So Fat Joe was on there. So I'll never forget it. We sitting there listening to the show lineup. They actually had, I think Flex set the music up, if I'm correct. And we listening. And they just waited for Joe's part to come. And they looked at the response to see how he would respond to it. And he was like, oh, okay. Because it was for Chris Lighty. So none of that shit mattered anymore at that moment. You know, when Chris passed, it's crazy, but I was blessed to be around him, like, which was a blessing. You know what I mean? I remember being in 50 Bulletproof truck, me, 50 and Chris Lighty together. And we drove to Alicia Keys' studio for a meeting with Alicia Keys and Swiss. And, Chris was a good guy. He was about his business. And I learned a lot just being around him the times that I was around him. You know, he used to have this thing where he used to say, like, at shows, he's about politics walking through. That means he coming through with some serious people, move out the way. They going to see 50. But so to get back to the BET Awards, so once he heard the setup, it was a go that we was doing it. You know what I mean? So we got out there. We had to go for rehearsal. Actually, I had missed the first part of the actual rehearsal when they was going, to see him. When he first seen Joe, I had missed that part. I got there after that. So I was already told that, him and Joe, like they spoke on stage because they had to do a pre-run before the actual show. The weird thing about the BET Hip Hop Awards that year was this. I don't know who was in charge. I don't know who set things up, but all of the trailers were set up. It was set up for mass destruction. You had Fat Joe's trailer here. You had Diddy trailer here. You had T.I. trailer here. 50 Cent trailer. Meek Mill's trailer. 2 Chainz trailer. Rick Ross trailer. And then I think French Montana trailer. So you had all of these people, trailers like this around each other. And this shit is going on right now. So, but at that moment, everything with Joe was off. Like Eve Rivera was Fifth guy, who was Fat Joe's guy, and well, Eve is like a brother to me. He did my video, Back Block, my first major video when I came home. He showed me so much love and got it sent to so many different places for me. And Eve has done, I think BMF, Power, all these different things, and Bobby Brown Special, all these different things. So anyway, just making sure I plug my guys right. But so everything was cool at that moment. When it was time for us to walk to the stage, before it was time for us to walk to the stage, I guess Gunplay had arrived. The space that we was in, you can still see the front. Fifth was doing an interview inside his trailer. All of us was outside of the trailer talking, kicking it. You know, we spotted him, we seen him. So important people, when I say the people, like, this is why I say when he tells this story, the only thing I think he didn't know was that it was squashed at that moment with Joe. It was over. He wanted to come in the back. They telling him to go another way. I don't know if because he felt like, why am I going another way? Or no, I'm going in the back. This is where I was told to come, or whatever case may be. Ross and them had already went inside. The shit had already happened with Ross and Jeezy. I don't care about that shit. That ain't my business. But now mind you, prior to that, we had already seen Meek. Meek is my man. We took pictures, all that shit. Boom. Meek and them went in. Gunplay still standing back there. Now you got executives that's telling him to go another way. You got people from Interscope telling him to go another way. He's being told this multiple times to go another way. And he realizes in the process of being told that he see us back there. I think he's seen Yayo, or he said whoever he's seen, he knew like we was back there. So now he's really like, oh, that's why they tell him, oh, I know. So he wanted to be seen now. So what he did was, we gotta walk because the timing of the show, they're performing. You know, it was Missy, Buster, Joe, I forgot who else was on there, but we gotta get to the actual inside and to the stage in order for Fifth to be on the side of the stage before it's time for him to actually go on and do his part. Because nobody even knew he was there. They didn't expect it. This is a moment in hip hop. This is a moment for Chris Lighty, one of the biggest legendary managers in the game that's no longer with us. This is a moment. So it's not about no violence. It's not about no bullshit. Everything is, it's cool, calm. So we like that. We walking. Come on, let's go. We got to get to where we got to go. We walking. Fifth's not paying it no mind at all. He's not even thinking about none of that shit. I don't know what he's thinking about. He's not thinking about that at all. He never shows any type of emotion or anything. Where's the issue? So when we get to the steps is so small, right, that Gunplay times itself walking, because there's so many of us, only two people could walk like this at the same time. So he makes it to where as though he kind of meets Fifth. I don't know if he thought he was going to swing on him. I don't know if he thought he was, whatever he thought he was about to do. And the homie looked at him and said to him, you know you're not supposed to be here right now. And then he got punched in the mouth. And after he got punched, he got his ass beat from the steps down to the ground. And all I remember was we were him up, because it's like, you always in complete violation, number one. We here for Chris Lighty. We're not even here for this shit. Nobody not on nothing. Rick Ross even walked through prior to that and wasn't on that type of time. You know what I'm saying? But you making it an issue where we just moving in peace and trying to do what we got to do. But nobody's going to play with you because you out of bounds. You out of bounds. And you've been talking all this crazy shit on the internet anyway. And now you got to be the man that you say you are. So he got his ass beat. That's it. In the process of the fight kicking off, I'm the biggest one. So by me being the biggest one, they starts pepper spraying. So when they pepper spray, in the midst of them pepper spraying me, I'm already all over them. You know what I'm saying? So when they start the pepper spray, everybody's like spreading out, but the pepper spray hit me big. So when the pepper, I don't know what type of pepper spray this shit was, but it hit me. So when it hit me, I falls. Like, damn, boom. So now I'm trying to get up. So I'm feeling somebody hit me in my back. They not punching me in my face. No, none of this shit. I'm getting hit in my back because I'm falling trying to get up. The only reason why I'm not swinging back is because I think it's the police. I'm thinking the police is trying to, contain me because I keep getting up. So I'm thinking they trying to contain me to cuff me because we beating his ass in front of them. So if you beating somebody's ass in front of the police, what are they going to do? Arrest you, right? So I'm like this, but I can't see. I'm just keep feeling this in my back. I'm never get. If you look at the video, I never got hit in my face, not one time, right? So now the cop, I just hear the cop like, get up, get up, get up, because I guess they sprayed us again. So when they spraying him, they spraying me again. This is when you see him like dart off, and then I'm getting up. You know what I'm saying? But they let me through, and I went in and we did the show.
I was waiting to get out, and the police won't let me out. And I had a thing behind me. I could either jump that and run into the darkness like a coward, or we could just run it right here. So Mike Knox, I think that's his name, big guy. He threw a punch. I threw a punch. Then.
So from the video, they all kind of jump on you.
Yeah.
And then it gets broken up.
Yeah, then it get broken up.
And then
pepper spray broke everybody up, and then it
but
was my
before that
turn.
happens, you go after somebody.
Yeah, then I jumped on one of them. I think it was Mike Knox again.
But prior to that, I grabbed his chain off his neck. I swung him like a rag doll and took his chain off his neck.
What's up? This is Cam Capone. We got more content like this coming soon. So hit that like button, subscribe, and stay locked in to Cam Capone News.